If you're a college football prospect, today I'm going to get super real with you. You may or may not like it, but at the end of it, you're going to realize this is the best thing that you've ever heard about being a college football prospect. Talking about it today on the Gridiron Stud Show.
Hey, I'm talking to you. Recruiting advice for everyone. It's the Gridiron Stud Show.
I'm Chad Wilson, owner of GridironStuds.com and the Gridiron Studs app. I've been advising young high school football players on how to get college football scholarships for over a decade now. So what I tell you today as a high school football player and college football prospect definitely comes from experience. So I don't know if you're going to like it. Whether or not you like it, you are definitely going to be better off having heard it. And if you put these things into practice, you're going to get that college football scholarship and give yourself an opportunity to play at the next level. Before we jump into that though, if you've not done this already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you're notified the next time I put out a great college football recruiting video like this one. But let's jump into what is your best asset that you have as a college football prospect. You are going to need to check into this right now. We've all played Madden on PlayStation and or Xbox, right? You know what the most annoying thing is on the game, and I know you guys are going to feel me on this. It's when you have a player on the field that is doing some really good things, doesn't make a simple play, and finds himself out of place. That will drive you nuts. And I know you guys feel me on this because I've seen a lot of broken controls and PS5s over that same thing right there. Now on the Madden game, a player has a ton of different attributes like speed, quickness, route running, tackling, and the all-important one, awareness. Lack of awareness will cause a player to make some funny moves. They'll make some terrible decisions and they'll end up totally out of place. It's funny, these same things will happen to you as a recruit if you lack self-awareness. For most human beings, self-awareness is a tough thing to acquire. It's an extra hard skill for you to acquire. And it's one of the skills that's really difficult if you're a teenager. If you're at the age where you feel like you can do all things, and while you should be encouraged to do so, crucial that you know your limitation. You're thinking this part of the video where, oh, I should check out because he's not talking to me. No, I'm absolutely talking to you. One of the biggest reasons that the transfer portal is chock full of athletes right now is because high school football prospects lack the self-awareness necessary and they make a poor decision. Now they're athletes at a college that's not suited for them, and they're realizing it. They're coming to that harsh reality. Aside from lacking the experience that gives you better self-awareness, having this skill is often not something that teens find to be very important. On top of that, it's important for your psyche for you to keep up with your other peers. That's a big thing for you, and I get it. You also have guys out there blowing your heads up with how great you are. Yes, welcome to the new era of college football recruiting where you can go viral and become an overnight sensation off of one play in a 7-on-7 event versus a kid that will never see a college football offer in his life. Hey guys, what's important for you as a prospect is to keep a level head despite the fact that there's so many people out there ready to pump it full of air until it explodes. You're never as good as many people say you are, and you aren't as bad as your worst play. Having an accurate picture of who you are will put you in the best situation when it comes time for you to make a commitment to a program for the next 3 to 4 or even 5 years. Don't get fooled by that safety net known as the transfer portal. This new era of college football prospects thinks it's the big eraser for them. You can use it when, things go wrong because you just didn't care about the decision when you were coming out of high school. The problem with this is there's so many athletes using that portal now. This makes your prospects of going to your next school when you leave that first school makes it a whole lot more difficult, all right? And the chances of getting a scholarship are less likely. We get to hear about all of the big success stories, and there are a handful of them, but there are thousands upon thousands of guys in that transfer portal, and they're there because they didn't have self-awareness and take that first decision out of high school seriously. So now I'm going to help you with this. Now that I have your attention, let me help you with this, and we're going to talk about that right now. The best thing that you can have happen to you is choosing a school, making a commitment, going to that school, and staying there until completion. Of course, I understand that some circumstances can be out of your control, like coaching changes, but for the most part, portal entries are as a result of a poor initial decision. Those are just the facts. Here are some keys to having the proper self-awareness necessary to make the best college choice as a prospect, which is what you are right now in high school. First, stop worrying about what the next prospect is getting. Quit that practice right now. Whether it's a friend, a teammate, crosstown rival, rival, what another prospect is getting in terms of offers has nothing to do with you. Nothing can make a person lose their place like focusing on that of another person. For all you know, the offers that the next guy are getting is not legitimate. They're fake offers, all right? The school chooses whether or not they really are going to honor that in the end. You don't want to follow that. Second, do some research. I know that can be difficult for you because you've got all this schoolwork and all these other things that you need to do. There's a lot of stuff you got to research, but this is important, right? Check out what type of players at your position the schools that you're considering are recruiting. Check out what type of players have been successful for them in the past. The school has been successful with 6'2" wide receivers in their offense, and you're 5'10", something for you to think about. Coaches will stick with what has worked for them. They will crave the type of player that has gotten it done for them in the past. Sure, you might break the mold, great to be bold, but be smart about it. It can be frustrating to be doing well and get put out on the back burner because you aren't their ideal candidate. It's definitely something for you to think about. And here's the last thing. Constantly evaluate what you are as a prospect. This is the hardest part because it's routine to overestimate our skill level. However, where you can, use hard metrics to make comparisons. How tall are you? How fast are you? How much do you bench? How much do you squat? Watch film of a team's commitments, then watch your film. Do you really stack up? Answer that question honestly. Be very honest about how you are as a prospect versus who else that school you're interested in is recruiting. This will help you in the end. In closing, ego is a big thing when you're a team, but I'm telling you from experience, a lot of times the most popular guy in high school, the one that gets voted most likely to succeed, has hit their peak in high school. A lot of times it's guys that had to grind to take a rounded path and absorb some lumps that are the ones on top when they become adult. Don't let your ego make you run out of bounds when you're in the open field with a clear path to touchdown in life because your awareness rating is not up to snuff. Don't compare yourself to other people. Really dig into exactly who you are. In closing, you're in a unique position versus that of all of your classmates in the school. Very few people get college scholarships, whether it's for academics or football. But in football, a very competitive sport, especially when it comes to recruiting, this is a great opportunity for you to do something early in life, which is develop some self-awareness. I can promise you it's going to help you not only in football, but just life in general. Seek this time now to grab all of the things that I said in this video and develop some really strong self-awareness. Helps you on the football field. It'll help you when you actually start playing college football, understanding what you are as a player, and it's going to help you be an asset to your team, an asset in life, and it's going to help you get that college football scholarship because there are a lot of delusional players out there that run around comparing themselves to this one and that one, and they might not really be on that level. And at the end of the day, they go about turning down college football scholarship offers that they should have taken, or they force their way into schools that they should not have gone to, and now they're in the transfer portal with thousands and thousands of other guys. And I've seen the horror stories, guys. There've been guys that have called me and try to go to other schools, and I've tried like hell to help them, and they're not able to because there's just so many guys in there to pick from, and they end up not only not going to another school, they can't go back to the school that they came from, and it's all over. You have no college football scholarship at all. So self-awareness as a high school football prospect is something that you really, really need to have. All right. Hope you guys got a lot out of this video. If you did, go ahead and share it, like it, and as I said at the beginning, subscribe. And you guys, if you haven't done it already and you're a college football prospect, you got to get on the Gridiron Studs app. I've got college football coaches and college football fans visiting there every day looking for the next prospect that can help their program. So you definitely want to get on there, create a profile, and be seen by these college football coaches. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, Gridiron Studs, be seen.